Have you ever wondered what secrets the battlefields of history are hiding beneath the surface? From lost legions to forgotten warriors, some of the world's most shocking archaeological discoveries have been unearthed in the most unexpected places. Join us here at Discovery Hub as we dive deep into the 10 most surprising finds from ancient and modern battlefields that have changed the way we understand history. 1. The lost Roman legions of Varus. In 9 CE, 3 Roman legions were completely wiped out by Germanic tribes in the Teutoburg forest, and their exact location remained one of the greatest military mysteries for centuries. The Battle of the Teutoburg forest was a massive blow to Rome, and for a long time, historians were unsure of where it occurred. However, in 2008, a team of archaeologists unearthed thousands of Roman artifacts, including swords, shields, and personal belongings scattered across a site in northern Germany. These items were almost certainly left behind by the legions during their retreat or after the defeat, confirming that this was indeed the battlefield where Rome suffered a catastrophic loss. The discovery helped shed light not just on the battle itself, but also on the military tactics and the technology used by the Romans at the time. The presence of Roman military gear at the site painted a vivid picture of the legionaries' equipment, their retreat, and the ferocity of the battle. These finds were instrumental in understanding the scale of the defeat. The archaeological evidence provided a clearer picture of how the Romans were caught off guard by the Germanic tribes, leading to a stunning loss that delayed Rome's plans to expand further into Germania for centuries. The unearthing of these artifacts has given historians and archaeologists a rare glimpse into one of Rome's most famous and tragic military defeats. 2. The Battle of Waterloo. Napoleon's Lost Army. The Battle of Waterloo, fought on June 18, 1815, marked the end of Napoleon Bonaparte's reign and the Napoleonic Wars. After Napoleon's defeat, the battlefield was left in disarray, and over the next 2 centuries, many relics from that day were lost or forgotten. However, in 2012, archaeologists working on the battlefield made a remarkable discovery. Thousands of artifacts, including military buttons, musket balls, and even personal effects of soldiers, were uncovered. These finds were scattered across the area where Napoleon's troops made their final stand, revealing the chaos and destruction of the battle. What made this discovery especially significant was how it provided a direct connection to the soldiers who fought and died at Waterloo. Researchers were able to identify specific regiments based on uniform buttons and military insignia found at the site, offering insight into the composition of the army and how they were equipped for battle. The artifacts also told stories of the brutal nature of the conflict, from the small personal items like coins and rings to the larger military relics like cannonballs and muskets. This finding not only confirmed the scale of the battle, but also helped historians better understand the personal experiences of the soldiers who fought in one of history's most decisive battles. 3. The underground bunkers of World War II. World War II saw the construction of numerous underground bunkers across Europe, where soldiers sought refuge and strategized in secret. Many of these bunkers were abandoned after the war and forgotten for decades. In recent years, however, several bunkers have been unearthed by archaeologists and enthusiasts, providing a window into the secretive world of wartime military operations. In 2014, a large bunker complex was uncovered in Normandy, complete with remnants of weapons, food rations, and even soldiers' personal belongings. These bunkers were used to house key military operations and played an essential role in both the defense of occupied territories and the planning of offensive attacks. The significance of these bunker discoveries lies not only in their historical context, but also in the artifacts they contain. Items like ration tins, tools, and even uniforms tell stories of daily life for soldiers stationed in these concealed locations, often for months at a time. Some bunkers even had secret escape routes and hidden storage for supplies, revealing the intricate preparations made for the long-duration nature of the conflict. These findings offer crucial insights into the living conditions of soldiers during World War II, and also help historians understand the strategic importance of underground fortifications in the broader scope of military tactics during the war. 4. The D-Day landing sites. The D-Day invasion, which took place on June 6, 1944, was one of the most important military operations in World War II, marking the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. As Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, they faced fierce resistance from the German defenders. In the years following the invasion, various items and remains were discovered on the beaches, providing insight into the battle's horrific nature. In 2019, the remains of a British soldier were uncovered on Omaha Beach, complete with his identity tags and a rifle. This poignant discovery added a human element to the history of D-Day, allowing us to connect with the individuals who participated in the operation. Beyond human remains, archaeologists have found a wealth of military equipment at D-Day sites, including abandoned weapons, helmets, and other personal items left behind in the chaos of the landing. These discoveries have been vital in piecing together the story of the landing and the fierce fighting that occurred on those beaches. In addition to military gear, artifacts like maps, letters, and even ration packets offer a glimpse into the lives of soldiers involved in the operation. As more items are uncovered, they continue to provide essential details that help historians piece together one of the most critical events in modern history. 5. The discovery of the Spartan battlefield at Thermopylae. The Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC is one of the most famous military engagements in history, where King Leonidas and his 300 Spartan warriors made a legendary stand against the vast Persian army. While the battle has been immortalized in literature and popular culture, its exact location remained unclear for centuries. In 2017, archaeologists working in the area identified significant evidence of the battle, including the remains of ancient weapons, armor, and battle-related artifacts. These discoveries confirmed the historical accuracy of many ancient accounts and provided new insight into the battle tactics used by the Spartans. The artifacts found at Thermopylae are important because they offer a direct link to the warriors who fought there. Remnants of Spartan armor, including bronze helmets and shields, as well as Persian weapons, reveal the nature of the combat that took place. These findings also help historians understand the strategic positioning of the forces and the terrain that shaped the battle. With these discoveries, the story of Thermopylae becomes not just a myth, but a tangible moment in history that continues to inspire awe, showing the bravery of a small force standing up against overwhelming odds. 6. The Viking battle site at Repton. The Vikings are well known for their raids and settlements throughout Europe, and one of the most significant battle sites from the Viking Age was discovered in Repton, England, in 2013. Archaeologists uncovered mass graves containing the remains of Viking warriors who had fought in battles against the Anglo-Saxons. Alongside the human remains, numerous artifacts, such as weapons, armor, and coins, were discovered, shedding light on the intensity of the Viking invasions. This site is one of the few known Viking burial sites in the UK, providing direct evidence of the Viking presence in the region. What made the Repton discovery especially valuable was its ability to illustrate the scale of Viking warfare. The items found, including axes and swords, indicated that these warriors were well armed and skilled in battle. In addition to the weaponry, the Viking burial practices uncovered at the site offered important clues about the cultural and spiritual beliefs of the Viking people. These finds have helped historians understand not only the Viking warrior class, but also the context of their invasions, giving us a more complete picture of Viking life and their brutal clashes with Anglo-Saxon forces. 7. The Battle of Stalingrad. Remains of a Soviet soldier. The Battle of Stalingrad was one of the most brutal and decisive confrontations of World War II, lasting from August 1942 to February 1943. It involved intense street-to-street fighting between the Soviet Red Army and Nazi Germany, with millions of lives lost. In 2018, the remains of a Soviet soldier were discovered in the area where the battle took place, complete with identification tags and a rifle. This find brought a personal connection to the horrific battle, allowing historians to better understand the scale of the human cost of the conflict. The soldier's identity and his remains became a symbol of the countless individuals who sacrificed their lives during the battle. In addition to human remains, numerous artifacts were unearthed from the battlefield, including fragments of weapons, personal belongings, and even food rations. These items helped historians piece together the conditions soldiers endured during the battle. Stalingrad was a turning point in World War II, and these discoveries serve as reminders of the immense loss and resilience demonstrated by the soldiers who fought there. The artifacts found at the site are invaluable in understanding the personal experiences of those involved, providing a more intimate perspective on this monumental battle. 8. The Siege of Masada. Roman artifacts uncovered. Masada, a mountain fortress overlooking the Dead Sea, became the site of one of the most famous last stands in history. In the 1st century CE, a group of Jewish rebels held out against a Roman siege for months before ultimately choosing to commit suicide rather than surrender. The discovery of Roman artifacts in recent excavations has provided insight into the Roman siege tactics and the way the Romans engaged with the Jewish defenders. Items like coins, weapons, and military tools have been found, confirming that Masada was a critical site in the Roman campaign to suppress Jewish resistance. These discoveries are significant not only for their military context, but also for their emotional impact. The artifacts unearthed from the site reveal the harsh realities of the siege, from the food rations that sustained the Roman troops to the tools used to breach the fortress walls. The excavation also uncovered the remains of Roman siege engines, providing a glimpse into the technical and strategic ingenuity employed by the Romans. These finds deepen our understanding of the last moments of the Jewish rebels and the immense pressure they faced during their final stand. 9. The Battle of Hastings. The English army's weapons. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was a pivotal moment in English history, where the Norman invaders defeated the Anglo-Saxons and ushered in a new era of rule in England. In 2016, archaeologists working at the battlefield site made a remarkable discovery of Anglo-Saxon weapons, including swords, shields, and arrowheads, all of which were believed to have been used during the battle. These findings are crucial in understanding the weapons and tactics employed by the Anglo-Saxon army as they faced the heavily armored Norman knights. The discovery of these weapons helps historians understand the military strategies that were employed in one of England's most famous battles. The artifacts uncovered also tell the story of the violence and chaos of the battle. The weapons show signs of heavy use, with some even showing damage that suggests they were used in intense close combat. The presence of various types of weapons, from archery equipment to melee weapons, paints a fuller picture of the nature of the battle. These findings are important because they offer a glimpse into the world of the soldiers who fought at Hastings, bringing the historical narrative to life in a tangible way. 10. The Battle of the Bulge. U.S. Army relics found. The Battle of the Bulge, fought in December 1944, was one of the largest and bloodiest battles fought by the U.S. Army during World War II. In 2015, archaeologists uncovered a cache of American military items near the battlefield, including helmets, dog tags, and weapons. These discoveries were significant because they helped confirm the locations of key engagements within the battle and provided insight into the daily lives of soldiers during one of the most intense battles of the war. The American soldiers who fought in the Battle of the Bulge faced harsh winter conditions, and the artifacts left behind painted a stark picture of their struggle. The relics found at the site offered a deeper understanding of the logistical and emotional challenges faced by the troops. Items like ration tins, equipment, and personal belongings helped tell the story of the human side of war. For historians and archaeologists, these discoveries offered a unique opportunity to study the equipment used by the U.S. Army during the battle. The findings also serve as a reminder of the sacrifices made by the soldiers in the face of overwhelming odds, contributing to the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. What do you think about these incredible discoveries? Which one blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more fascinating stories from history.